Y'all, the average student loan balance is over $29,000. Can you believe that? If you make $2,000 a month and you manage to save half of that to put towards your loans, you would pay that off in about 2.5 years. But who do you actually know that saves half of their salary to pay for loans? Most of us millennials are starting off with crippling debt before our lives even get started. And if you decide to go to medical school, the average student loan balance is over $200,000. I speak pretty openly on my channel to not take the traditional route about going to school as far as college for degrees that are not really gonna get you back that return. But here I am going back down the traditional route, going back to school to get my second degree. So going down this journey again, I was thinking, how can I get this degree and not have to pay for most of it? Especially since I do not qualify for financial aid and many of the scholarships because I'm not a first-year college student anymore. And how can I do it legally? Here are 10 ways to go back to school and not pay for it. Okay, so it's not all gonna be 100% free, but deep discounts. Okay, disclaimer, if you have already gotten a private loan, sorry, this is not gonna help you at all. We're only gonna be talking about public loans, and do avoid any scams that says if you pay them a certain amount of money and they will forgive all of your student loan debt. That is a scam. Just run, okay? Run if you see that. Okay guys, so I forgot to mention that my school, Bellevue University, costs about $11,000 a year. So for the 2 years that I will be there, it will be about $22,000, and that's not including the books that I have to pay for, and the supplies, also the transportation to get there, housing, which I don't have to worry about, thank goodness. So if there's a way that we can reduce that fee, then we should definitely try to. Yeah, anyone at Bellevue University? Anyone? Okay, let's get into the video. Number one is public service loan forgiveness programs. Public service loan forgiveness programs do not forgive all of your loans, but it covers most of them if you qualify. For public service loan forgiveness program, you must be a full-time employee of a government agency that can be federal, state, or local, or an organization that files a 501c3, which is a nonprofit organization that is non-religious. Some other requirements include making 120 on-time payments to your loans already, and you must have direct loans, which include direct subsidized and unsubsidized loans, direct plus loans, direct consolidated loans as well. Also, to qualify for this, you must be repaying your loans in an income-driven repayment plan, pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, revised pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, income-based repayment plan, or an income-contingent repayment plan, which we'll talk about some of these a little bit later in the video. You must fill out an employee certification for public service loan forgiveness form each year. But once you jump through all of these hoops, and after you make 120 payments to your loan, 100% of the remaining loan balance will be forgiven. Congratulations. Okay, my second way is with the income-based repayment forgiveness program. So these are plans which can lower your monthly student loan payments. It still requires you to pay 10 to 15% of your discretionary income for 20 to 25 years, depending if you are graduate or undergraduate, and some other factors. If you're enrolled in an income-based repayment program, you can have some of your loans forgiven. This type of repayment plan is best for those who have a lot of debt and do not plan to have a high income throughout their career. So this could be maybe like social work if you decided you want to go all the way up to your master's, or any kind of work where you studied a lot, or you're planning on studying a lot, but your career isn't going to make a lot of money, like a lawyer or a doctor. So something like this would be great for you. You may qualify for the income-based repayment forgiveness plan if your payments would be lower than a standard 10-year repayment plan. Some of these loans include direct subsidized and unsubsidized loan, direct plus loans made to graduate or professional students, direct consolidation loans that did not repay any plus loans made to parents, subsidized and unsubsidized federal Stanford loans, FEL plus loans made to graduate or professional students, FFEL plus loans made to graduate or professional students, FFEL consolidation loans that did not repay any plus loans made to parents, and federal Perkins loans. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, my third way is through a pay-as-you-earn forgiveness plan. This is another type of income-driven repayment plan, similar to the income-based repayment forgiveness plan. With a pay-as-you-earn forgiveness plan, your payments are maxed out at 10% of your discretionary income, and if your payments would be less than your standard 10-year payments. You still need to make consistent payments for 20 years, and you need to be a new borrower you need to have a new loan as of October 1st, 2007. The same type of loans qualify as income-based payment plan. So federal Perkins loans, FFEL plus loans, etc., etc. Subsidized and unsubsidized federal Stanford loans, etc., etc. My fourth way is the revised pay-as-you-earned plan. The revised pay-as-you-earn plan is similar to pay-as-you-earn forgiveness plan, except that there are no income requirements. That means you can pay a lot more under this plan than the standard 10-year repayment plan. But if you make on-time consistent payments 20 to 25 years, depending on if you're a graduate or undergraduate, you can get the rest of your loan balance forgiven. So what you should do is do the math on how much you're already paying to see if this plan would actually be worth it for you. My fifth way is with the Income-Contingent repayment forgiveness plan. This plan requires you to pay the lesser of 20% of your discretionary income, or what you would pay on a fixed 12-year plan. This is the only IDR repayment program available to parent plus loan borrowers. You must make on-time payments for 25 years, and after that, your loan balance will be forgiven. Okay, so my sixth way is going to be for doctors, physicians, pharmacists, and anybody in the healthcare industry. The sixth one is the National Health Services Loans Repayment Program. And this is good for pharmacists, doctors, and other healthcare professionals. Healthcare professionals do have some other options for loan forgiveness, just depending on where they work. The National Health Service Corps Loan Repayment Program works for you if you work in a healthcare profession shortage area at National Health Service Corps approved site. You can receive up to $50,000 in loan repayment in exchange for at least 2 years of service commitment. Okay, my seventh way is also for healthcare professionals, the National Institute of Health Loan Repayment Programs. They pay up to $35,000 annually for a researcher's qualified educational debt in return for the commitment to engage in the National Institute Health mission relevant research. So if you're a researcher or interested in being a researcher and you put in some years to research for them, they'll pay $35,000 a year for you to get your debt. My eighth way is for nurses. The Nurse Corps Loan Repayment Program offers to nurses who work in undeserved communities for a minimum of 2 years. You must work in a critical shortage facility, but it can also be a clinic or a hospital or other types of facilities that are medical based. They just have to be desperate for nurses to qualify. It pays 60% of your nursing education debt over the course of 2 years, and you have an option to stay additional third year to get paid an additional 25% of your debt. Okay, my ninth way is for the teachers out there. Lots of teachers on my channel, so hopefully this helps somebody out there. with the Teacher Loan Forgiveness Program, this federal program forgives up to $17,500 on your direct subsidized and unsubsidized loan. If you teach full-time for 5 complete consecutive academic years in a low-income school or educational service agency, each state usually has their own loan forgiveness programs as well. So you should look into that to see what other requirements your state has and what other programs your state has if you are in a low income area. My 10th and last way is loan forgiveness for lawyer. If you're a lawyer with a lot of debt, the first thing you should probably do is check your state bar association and your law school to see if there's any forgiveness options. You can just Google your state with forgiveness options for lawyers and talk to your employer. They might be able to point you in the right direction. But in general, attorneys who work for at least 3 years at the Department of Justice might qualify for $60,000 in assistance for their schooling debt. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you found that a little bit useful. So yeah, we're still gonna have to pay off our debt, but if you can work at the right deal, then you can pay off as little as possible and have the rest supplemented for you, which is always nice. So if there's any other programs you're aware of, please let me know down in the comments. And if there's other professions that you're working in that you want to know if there's any other options, let me know and I'll be happy to do that research for you. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Theo. Bye-bye.